Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Justfly channel. My name is Jin, I'm the host of this channel, and today we have some exciting news coming from Microsoft Flight Simulator with some news on both 2020's game and 2024's game. Before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below what you found interesting about today's video. And let's not waste any time, let's get straight in with it. Starting off the news with Sim Update 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It is now officially available for all users and on all platforms. This is a hugely significant update to the simulator that sees a vast number of changes and improvements across the board. Microsoft has always promised that this update would be big, and they have seamlessly delivered. Version 1.4.20.0 of Microsoft Flight Simulator has hundreds of official changes in the changelog, so many that they had to do a table of contents for each section. Obviously, if you'd like to see the changelog and the release notes, it'll be left linked inside the description. Now, to put it inside of context on how big this update really is, it is 4 GB in size, indicating that there is a load of number of changes to be found. The update includes general improvements for stability and performance, whilst fixing numerous amounts of aircraft and gameplay elements, for example, air traffic control, checklists, external HUDs, and so much more. It also brings further improvements to the online services, virtual reality, and external controls and peripherals. One point that Microsoft wanted to make very clear is that you should update your NVIDIA GeForce Game Ready drivers to version 576.28. This is of course if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. If you're on AMD, you should be perfectly fine. This is due to the drivers resolving specific crashes with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Users can download Sim Update 2 now once they open up Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. As usual, you'll need to move the content of your community folder back and forth if you experience any sort of stability issues. Just after Sim Update 2 came out, we got a development update that kind of like gave us a good idea of what to expect coming later on. Now, Microsoft and Asobo are supposed to be very busy throughout the next month, and this is by the sounds of it, by them planning to bring out 3 major things within the community over the next month. Starting with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, the team are announcing that there is a new flight that will begin with Sim Update 16 very soon. This new beta build will bring it with a range of improvements to the last generation simulator. Microsoft promised that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 will still get updates even post-release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This is just making a very good assumption that this is still going to be sticking for a very long time, as developers are still creating for 2020's game. Another thing that they said is that on Wednesday, May the 21st at 10:30 Pacific time, Microsoft will be joined by a Asobo team and working title to talk about the recent Flight Simulator updates, what is coming next, and to answer any community questions. The panel will be obviously York, Sebastian, and also they'll be joined by Chris, which works at Working Title, to talk about all things Flight Simulator live on Twitch. Obviously, after the live stream has happened, I'll try my hardest and make a recap for you and put it onto the channel as soon as I can. And the last thing on today's news is coming from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with a massive update. Obviously, we just spoke about Sim Update 2, but the beta version for Sim Update 3 is now here and can be downloaded. This brings the sim up to version 1.5.1.0 and sees a bunch of changes and improvements for the new simulator across various amounts of areas. There are new stability and performance enhancements, general bug fixes, improved aircrafts, and also many changes to the world and environment. As with any sim update, the release notes are fairly comprehensive and cover most things that you could expect, including one big surprise that I'll speak about later on in the video. Developers will also see that there is new editors added along with new improvements to the SDK in general, and as well as that. Obviously, I'll leave the Sim Update 3 changelog inside the description and details of how to join the beta test as well. Now, moving to some of the things that we are expected for Sim Update 3, and that is one of the most requested features for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and that is the ability to download default planes and airports locally to your hard drive. The idea of streaming content generally held a lot of promise and benefits. It has ultimately struggled for many simmers. It doesn't quite meet the glorified goal as set, and so many were crying out for the ability to download default content to their machines. Either that's Xbox or that is on PC. Microsoft has listened to this feedback and assured fans that this would be something that they will work towards for specific content in the future. Although it isn't a part of an official feature or changed for Sim Update 3, it has been spotted by the community members that you can now download default content to your local PC or Xbox. Now you can install default aircrafts, airports and other assets locally, and this is the start mark of the offering of flexibility to simmers to pick and choose whether they want things locally or stored on servers in the back end and stream it just from their client. Now, as noted by Microsoft Flight Simulator add-ons, this feature isn't intended to be listed in the release note and is still unfinished. Therefore, your mileage may vary, but you already know that it's still beta software. Just keep that in the back of your head. The new Sim Update 3 is now available to download, as I said before. Starting with the new Sim Update, Microsoft is transitioning to a website sign up for all of their tests in order to improve means of communication and gather more insightful feedback. This will help Microsoft create a bespoke group to focus on testing specific areas, for example, VR users. If you are enrolled via the Xbox Insider Hub app to Sim Update 2 and have not unenrolled, then you won't need to do anything else. Full instructions again can be found in the link inside the description. And that is it for today's Microsoft Flight Simulator news video. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it. Yes, this one was all about Microsoft and obviously Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. This one was kind of like one that was long overdue for Xbox and Asobo and Microsoft to create. So luckily this update is now out. Hopefully everyone is going to be enjoying themselves with some update 2 and 3. And obviously we'll see some more information about what's going to be happening in Microsoft Flight Simulator on the 21st of May. Anyway, this has been your boy Jay. Hope to see you guys in another video, and as always, happy flying.